Hey, today is day 1000 of my miracle morning routine. 1000 days every single morning. For 1000 days, I've been waking up at 5:30 a.m. No exceptions. And you know what? It doesn't just feel special. It's a symbol of what becomes possible when I really start with something. When I give myself the space, when I decide I want to change something. And that's exactly what I want to share with you today. I tell you how it all began, what I actually do in the Miracle Morning Savers, and what has changed in my life over these 1000 days. And maybe it will inspire you to create your own pause, a pause that brings you balance, a pause that connects you back to your purpose, from pause to purpose. If you haven't heard of it before, The Miracle Morning was written by Hal Elrod. Hal is an American author and speaker, and he created this book out of a very personal crisis. He had a severe car accident, was clinically dead, survived, and at some point he asked himself, how do I get the best out of my life? How can I give myself the energy I need every single day to live the life I want? And that's how the Miracle Morning was born. It's all about the way you start your day, because the way you begin the morning sets the tone for the entire day. And Hal developed a model for it, the so-called savers. Silence, affirmations, visualization, exercise, reading, and scribing. That's the core. 6 simple practices in the morning. And if you repeat them consistently, they can change your life. There's the book, there's an app, and today there's a global community around it. And here's how I got my hands on the book. It started in a very unspectacular way. My wife bought the book The Miracle Morning from Hal Elrod back in 2016, and for years it just sat on our shelf. Some years later, she finally read it. But she didn't start the routine herself. Instead, she handed me the book and said, Jorma, you need to read this. And she said that in a moment when she felt that I was searching for something. I was in a phase where I thought something's missing, something's not quite right. I need clarity. So I took the book with me on a vacation to Dubai. I started reading it, and I couldn't stop. And here's the most important part. I didn't wait to start the morning routine. Not when I get home I started, or next Monday, right away. Still on vacation, still while reading this book. Because I felt it. Now is the moment. So what is my Miracle Morning routine? I practiced the routine with the classic savers model. But for me it's not about ticking off the letters. Each one has become a key to my mental balance. The S stands for silence. For me, silence doesn't mean absolute silence. It means conscious calm and a conscious pause. Often I sit on my balcony, just listening to the birds and the wind, or I use the Miracle Morning app to guide me with voices or meditations. So yes, my phone is on, but only for the app. No messages, no social media in the morning. I start with the morning practice. The A stands for affirmations. At first I felt a bit awkward, saying things like, I'm clear, I trust myself, I am courageous. But it changed my attitude. And the more often I repeated them, the more powerful they became. Sometimes I use affirmations from the app. Sometimes I write my own, or I'm going back in my journal to find affirmations from days, weeks, or even months ago. Depending what I need that day. If I need calm or trust or some kind of energy. In visualization, I often go to guided visualizations from the app. They help me to step into images. Images that create kind of energy. How do I want to shape my day? Or how do I want to show up today? What bigger visions am I working towards? And sometimes I take myself back to places that give me strength, like the balcony in Dubai, where it all began. In the exercise, this is my check-in with my body, from head to toe. So it's some stretching, some yoga, and always a handstand. At first, it was just a fun experiment, but it became a symbol. And now, after 1,000 days, that's over 1,000 minutes on my hands. If you do the math, that's nearly 17 hours of handstand time. That's almost a full day upside down in my life, all because of this routine. And you see how consistency can lead to a bigger impact. It had a domino effect. I started changing my nutrition, paying attention to what gives me energy, taking care of my body more holistically. And suddenly it wasn't just movement in the morning, it became a new lifestyle. The R stands for reading. Just a few pages are enough. But it's crazy how often the right idea shows up, exactly on the day I needed it. It feels like the books somehow read my life with me. And sometimes I'm just grabbing a book from intention out of my bookshelf. Open one of the pages and read it. That's inspiring. And the last S stands for scribing. That's journaling. For me, the journaling is the heart and the end of my morning routine. 1 page a day. I'm writing down my thoughts, or I'm making sense of feelings that are there, to accept it and to see it, to bring it from unconscious to conscious. With this, I often find clarity. And like I said, after 1,000 days, it's already over 2,000 pages. When I look back, it's like a conversation with myself over 3 years. I see how I've grown, what topics were alive in me, where I doubted, where I became stronger. And together with 1,000 photos, sometimes of the sky, the sunrise, or the moon, here in Hamburg, I've built a unique diary of my life. I've done it in airplanes, in hotels, and currently I'm doing it at home here in Hamburg. This is my constant. And what has changed since then is maybe the most powerful part. This routine is not just a morning ritual. It has changed my entire life. I founded my coaching business. I launched this podcast. I shifted my nutrition. I take better care of my fitness and my mental health to keep me in balance. And I've learned to manage every energy instead of wasting it. I've learned to put myself first, also first in the morning. In short, I take care of myself more holistically, every day. Not just the big things, business, projects, success, also the small things, sleep, food, movement, little moments of joy and gratitude. And all of it began with one decision, to start my mornings with myself. And you know, this is why it's more than just a morning routine. For me, it isn't only about the discipline. It's about connection. It's about connection to myself. It's about connection to my purpose. And that's exactly where my bigger theme comes in, from pause to purpose. Because the real power is in the pause, in the stopping, in the breathing, and then choosing consciously. What matters today? Where am I going? So let me invite you into a short pause right now. Where in your life are you out of balance? What would happen if you gave yourself just 10 minutes tomorrow morning? And what's one small thing you could begin immediately, not someday, but today? These 1,000 days are my proof. Change is possible. Routine and consistency can create freedom, and every day is a chance to begin again. With a pause, with yourself, and maybe this is your sign, not to change everything all at once, but to take one step today. So stop, breathe, and choose. Thank you for listening. You're amazing.